Hey folks, Steve Sacramento here again, and today I just want to go over a few places of interest that are along the South Fork of the American River, and sometimes they're covered up by water because Folsom Lake is higher, and sometimes they're visible because Folsom Lake water level is lower. But you can see here, this is the whole Folsom Lake view. This is a Google Maps aerial view. And I'm going to zoom in here, and let's start upriver where, let me first show you. So here's the new Salmon Falls Road, right in the middle of the screen, the new one that you can drive over now. And when Folsom Lake is completely full, all the way up here is where, right in the middle of the screen now, right about where it says river on South Fork American River is about where the edge of the lake would be when it is completely full, which is 466 feet in elevation. I haven't been there when it was completely full, but I have been there when it was almost full, and that, let me see, I think, yeah, that's about as far as you could go, maybe a little further. I don't know, I don't see the waterfall in here that I was looking for, but that's about as far, that'd be about the edge of Folsom Lake when it's completely full, put it that way. So the first place that you can actually park that I consider part of Folsom Lake is this one right here. It's a state park parking lot, so if you have a state park pass, you can park there without paying a fee. Otherwise, you have to pay a daily fee of like $10 or $12. And you can see this Skunk Hollow SP parking lot. That means state park parking lot. And then across the road to the north, you can see it says Darrington Trail parking lot. That's the other parking lot. You can walk up these steps that are right here and go between the two parking lots. And if you take a walk on this trail going towards the lake or towards the river from the Darrington Trail parking lot, you can get to about right there, that wide part there. And that is a very good place to fly your drone if you have one, and you can fly it all the way down towards the main part of the lake. You can fly it up and over or under the Salmon Falls Bridge. And yeah, it's just a great place to take pictures and whatnot. But be careful because that's a steep cliff. So the Salmon Falls Bridge itself is kind of cool. I've flown over it many times and under it many times with my drone. The first free parking lot that is where you can access Folsom Lake and the American River is this one right here. I don't know what it's called. I call it the Natomas Dam Overlook parking lot because you can see down here, right in the middle of the screen now, that is part of the old Natomas Dam that held the water that went into the Natomas Ditch. You can see the one right in the middle there, and there's another one there. And you can see down here where the Natomas Ditch went through, which I'll have to circle it on here. There's like a water wheel that's kind of a gauge type thing just to see how much water, how high it is, and how fast it's moving, I think. I don't think it was used to power anything because it doesn't look like it was attached to anything. But this is part of the Natomas Ditch right there. And let me see here. So this is another right in the middle of the screen. This is where a lot of the rafters go out. Some of them go out right here at the Skunk Hollow parking lot, and the other ones get out down here. And depending on what the water level is, sometimes when it's high enough, the jet ski guys and gals will go a mile up the river to where I showed you how the edge of the lake starts, and they'll have to pull people in raft trains. I have some videos on my YouTube channel about that. They'll pull people in raft trains all the way down to here, and then they'll get out and take the buses back up to where they started. So, yeah. So this is another state park parking lot here. If we go downriver a little further, we can... Oh, let me show you here. This is something very interesting. I think it would be fun for some gold miners that also had snorkel suits or scuba diving suits to go to this place. This is actually under the water most of the time, but on this Google Map version, it's visible. And I flew over this with my drone a few times. I believe I had 1 or 2 videos about it. But this would be a place that definitely has some gold in it because it's several feet deep. It's an old building foundation. It may have been a pump house to pump water into a ditch that was on the north side of the river. And it's got to have a lot of gold in it because gold will come down the river when it's going fast and it'll deposit right in there and it's not going to get out of there. So that would be a great place to go gold prospecting, but you have to go under a few feet of water. Let me see. Oh, down here, of course, is the Salmon Falls Bridge, the old one. Let me see if I can kind of go that, but I have lots of videos about this one. This is under the water right now, but many, many times it's out of the water, especially in the late summer, early fall, and early winter when the water is real low. When the water is about 400 feet, I think this becomes visible. When the water level of Folsom Lake is, I'd say, probably like 380 feet or lower, then this definitely becomes visible and to the point where you can walk across it like it is now. And you can see the river is actually going completely underneath this bridge. Let me see. Oh, down here you can see a lot of Natomas Ditch. You can see there's one of the gauges there that let water out if there was too much, or it went to somebody's business or something, but it goes back in the river, so I don't think so. Oh, let me look up here. This is very interesting to me. It might be to you too. So you can see this is where the Natomas Ditch went, this line right here. It's visible very much over here too. And we'll go down here. You can see there was a definite ditch there. This is the Natomas Ditch from the Natomas, I think it's called Natomas Water Mining Company. But here's a flume, one of the few flumes still left, and the concrete is still there. There's some little pieces of concrete that you can see in the middle of the screen right now that held the flume going across this Sweetwater Creek ditch or creek. And then there's this little thing right there, which is kind of like a horse trough, but it's definitely concrete, whatever it is. And then there's a video I have on YouTube about this. This is a house on the hill and a foundation, and one of the few that actually has a small part as a basement. So that, and then there you can see where the bridge went across Sweetwater Creek here. And let's see, does it actually say Sweetwater Creek on here? Well, it says Sweetwater Trail, which is along Sweetwater Creek. So the parking lot to get to this Salmon Falls Bridge, the best one, it's a state park parking lot, so you can have your state park pass or pay $10 or $12 is right here. Let me zoom out so you can see how you get to that. So you can go along Salmon Falls Road, and you get off here at what is called Falcon Crest. That's where this little parking lot is, right in the middle of the screen. It's at the head of trailhead of Monte Vista Trail, and you just take this old Salmon Falls road. It's a one-lane road, so be careful, and there are some speed bumps going down there. Park in that parking lot, and then you can walk on what used to be the old road, and used to go across that little bridge, and you can walk all the way down across the Natomas Ditch, where it used to be, all the way to the Salmon Falls Bridge. And one last thing I'm going to show you, which is on one of the videos. Well, I have a couple of videos about it, a couple of my more popular ones. If you park there at the old Salmon Falls Assembly area, walk across the Salmon Falls Bridge, walk on this trail going left through the trees, all the way over here to, let me see, Hancock Creek. You can go to what I call the Folsom Lake Pit. And that's an actual pit. I've measured it with a tape measure. It's about 20 feet deep, 20, 25, something like that. I thought it was more like 40 or 50 feet deep, but it just seemed like it. When I went back another time with the tape measure, it was like, roughly 20 feet deep. So that is the Folsom Lake Pit. So let me see, is there anything else? Well, okay, let's go over here real briefly. Let's go to New York Creek. Does it say that? Nope, it doesn't say it. It doesn't call it that. Oh, it does up here. Yeah, here you can see it says New York Creek. That is this creek right here, running down this little valley. And here you can see, I've walked all around here. You can see very obviously the Natomas Ditch here and all the way around here. There are some building foundation outlines here at this point. And you can see right here, there's some obvious lines and for the Natomas Ditch. But I'm assuming, let me zoom out a little bit here, get ahead of myself. You can see the green where the Natomas Ditch was, but it stops over here and then it picks up over on the other side. So I'm assuming there was a flume here at some point. I've read about it and seen pictures of it, but there's no visible signs, no physical signs of it. So maybe I'll have to go out there and look again when the water's down far enough, but you don't see anything on there. But yeah, you can see all the way around here. You can see the green line where the Natomas Ditch was. All the way over, let's see. Now this, I don't know what this is. It's obviously something that's going to take water out of the lake and go to the community around here. But I don't know what they call that, or some sort of water project. Let me show you one more thing here. Oh, the water's up too high on this map to see it, but right here at the Folsom Lake Marina, there is another cement flume. I don't see it here. The next time I get the Google map and bring it up on my iPad here and it shows everything with the lower water level, I'll show it to you again. But that's everything for now. I just want to show you some interesting things along the South Fork of the American River. And thank you for watching and have a good day.